has gear here at Pro Wrestling. He is a native of the Baltimore area. Ladies and gentlemen, Leo Rush!
What's going on, Joppa, Maryland? Man, it feels good to see you guys here tonight because I know that each and every single last one of you have been with me from the very beginning. I know that I've been with you guys from the very beginning, and I can't wait for you guys to show all what you guys have done. I can't wait for all to show you guys what they've got. So without further ado, let's get this show started.
Wasting absolutely no time getting the jump on Baltimore area native Leo Rush here as we kick off Evolve 60 at the MCW Arena in Joppa, Maryland. Our Baltimore area debut. Once again, I am Lenny Letter fans. We do thank you for joining us, whether you're watching at home on WWNLive.com, on the Fight app, or the WWN Roku app. However you're joining us tonight, thank you for allowing us into your home. Huge double main event. We are kicking things off in a big way here with Caleb Conley and Leo Rush. Leo Rush, the breakout high flyer over the last several months. We saw him in previous Evolve competition in the state of Florida back in Evolve 51 against Fred Yehai and Evolve 52 in Orlando against All Ego Ethan Page. Caleb Conley, a member of California, as the premier athlete brand is no more. California in chaos. He and Anthony Nese can now never team again after losing their Evolve Tag Team title match out of all 58 in Dallas. Hard chop to the chest by Rush as he gets a little payback on Conley. SoCal Val and Andrea conspicuous by their absence. SoCal Val in the UK on business this weekend. And this one has spent more time out on the outside than it has in the ring so far, as referee Brandon Tolley has to restart the count after Conley breaks it up. Bulldog off the apron by Rush, innovative offense. And he hears it from the hometown crowd. Cover only a 1 count. Caleb Conley back in singles competition. He was ranked at the top of the Evolve rankings for much of the last year. Had himself an Evolve title match with Timothy Thatcher in Brooklyn at Evolve 57. That saw him fall short in his quest to become Evolve champ. Needs to work his way back up the rankings, and the quickness of Lio Rush could be an impediment to him doing that very thing. Nice evasion there, but only for the moment. Powerbomb into the apron. Lively crowd here in Joppa, Maryland, and we will be back here in the month of August. It'll be August the 19th. Tickets on sale today for that return here to Joppa. As Conley back on the attack, knee right to the back of Rush. Gut wrench into the side salto suplex by Conley for a 2 count. And now looking to slow Lio Rush down here. Body scissors applied. Going to sap the strength of Conley. Rush, excuse me, is Conley. As the fans here, again behind Rush, who fires away on Conley, only to have 2 handfuls of hair and driving the youngster down to the canvas. Hard forearm shot from Rush. Lightning fast strikes. Back heel kick. Oh, jumping knee strike by Conley. That one dazed Rush, who responds with a drop kick, putting Conley on the outside. And Rush takes flight. And that is the type of electrifying offense fans around the East Coast have seen from Lio Rush over the last year. Rather macho-looking elbow right there for near fall. And it was just a few short months ago that we got a look here on WWN Live at Lio Rush, and it's clear he has continued to improve by leaps and bounds. This is the frog splash. Nice evasion there. Conley blocks the super kick, ducks the clothesline. Spinning back fist. Suplex. Rush again with an evasion, grabs the leg. Reverse Hurricane Rana. Conley looks out. Shiny Wizard. Cover. 2.5, and Lio Rush, great awareness on his part by moving Conley away from the ropes before going for the cover, as Conley was very close to the ropes. Probably could have got his foot on the bottom, but that slight delay of moving him back to the center. Perhaps enough time there for Conley to be able to kick out before the 3 count. Rush has the hooks in now. He's got the back. Looking for a rear naked choke. As Conley uses his weight in the corner, momentarily forcing Rush to relinquish the hold. Second time may have done the trick. Not quite, though. As Rush again grabs the back. Oh, what a counter there. Conley showing some strength, but Rush now looking for the reverse Hurricane Rana again, not so fast. Planted face first. Right into the regal plex. No. Not quite enough for Conley to put this youngster away. More rousing support for the homegrown star as Conley giving him the bad mouth. Talking that junk. And Rush tells him what he thinks about it. Open hand slap. Man's game. Corey Special. Looking for the O-face. Submission predicament for Rush. Tully asking Rush if he wants to give it up. Refuses. Victory roll. Couldn't keep him down. Conley again. Flashing the power buckle bomb. What a counter by Rush. And both men are down. Brandon Tully urging both athletes back to their feet, as is this crowd here in our opening contest. Both men starting to stir. Rush looks to be favoring that left shoulder as he hit it awkwardly in the corner on that buckle bomb from Conley. Oh, what an exchange by Rush. Conley reverses, as does Rush. Conley again with a reversal. Rush, though, dips between the ropes, and Zagiri dots the eyes of Conley, who is sprawled on the center of the canvas. Rush to the high red district. Frog splash! And it's over! Huge upset here in our opening contest for Lio Rush, who will square off tomorrow night in Queens at Evolve 61 against Matt Riddle in a battle of the breakout stars of the last 6 months. What a way to kick off Evolve 60 here tonight, fans. Conley out to the floor. Some words for referee Brandon Tully as Lio Rush. Here's the appreciation of the hometown fans after kicking off Evolve 60 with a win. He is certainly going to have his hands full tomorrow against Matt Riddle in New York City. Conley, dejected look on his face as he makes his way to the back. As we get ready to roll on here at Evolve 60, let's go to the ring and Joanna Rose.
The following tag team contest is set for one fall. Please welcome to the ring. Introducing first, by weight of 612 pounds, from Taiwan, choice.
One of the most decorated tag teams in Chikara history, making their Evolve debut, Devastation Corporation. Two just massive individuals. No pun intended. Blaster McMassive and Flex Rumble Crunch. Well, speaking of decorated tag teams, they'll be taking on the longest reigning Open the United Gate Tag Team Champions in the history of Dragon Gate USA, Harlem and Lancelot, the Bravado Brothers. Bravado Brothers return to the World Wrestling Network. Back during the Evolve Tag Team Title Tournament. Their return back at Evolve 53 in Ybor City. In a matchup against the Premier Athlete brand, which saw them victorious in their first match in that tournament. Many people thought that match stole the show that evening. One of the very best tag teams in the world today, but again, taking nothing away from the men making their Evolve debut. I mentioned decorated tag team champions in Chikara. Two massively, again, no pun intended, powerful individuals, and it'll be Flex Rumble Crunch starting things off. Against Lancelot Bravado.
1, 2, 3.
Backed into the ropes. Get a clean break? Yes, we do.
Show them what a man looks like,
Devastation Corporation, former Campeonatos de Parejas in Chikara, held those titles for 295 days. Just short of the 1 year mark. When you think about the teams that have held those championships, and put it into perspective, they actually held those titles longer than the Kings of Wrestling held them, Chris Hero and Claudio Castagnoli, longer than the Young Bucks, Nick Jackson, and longer than Jigsaw and Mike Quackenbush held those championships. So these two come in here with tremendous credentials, in addition to just sheer physical size. But the bravado is not backing down. Lancelot slugging away. Big boot. Sends Rumble Crunch into the ropes. Blocks the kick. Drives the knee to the midsection, and another. There's one thing about Lancelot Bravado. He has a short fuse. Out of the two Bravado brothers, he is the one most likely to lose his cool. And Blaster McMassive charging the corner, knocking Harlem to the outside, and this one has gone to the outside quickly as well. European uppercut by Harlem. Forearms and chops by Lancelot. Man, this one has gotten physical quickly, as all four men continue to do battle on the outside. Oh, what a chop. Devastation Corporation getting an opportunity after being very impressive during one of the WWN live seminar tryouts for local wrestlers before WWN events. In fact, we've got another one coming up next month in Florida on June the 10th at Ybor City, which will have Norman Smiley, one of the assistant coaches of WWE NXT, on hand giving critique. And Bravado Brothers hearing it from the fans here. Few-hour drive north from their palatial Chapel Hill estate, as Grandma Bravado has set them up nicely, not far from the campus of their beloved North Carolina Tar Heels. Oh, back body drop on the apron. Lands back in the ring. What a sidewalk slam by Blaster McMassive. High impact offense, and they could be looking for the death blow here. Nope. Instead, it's just a diving shoulder tackle. And Lancelot kicks out at 2. Bravado's giving up some size here in this one, to be sure. And there is nothing fancy about the offense of Devastation Corporation. They come straight ahead, use their size and their power to their advantage. And they're now trying to stretch Lancelot Bravado here, as Harlem on the outside, encouraging his brother. Shots to the midsection. And there's the tag. Double team coming here. Nobody home in the corner. The back elbow. Catches McMassive, and oh, what a clothesline. Down goes Rumble Crunch. And there's the tag. Oh, Harlem suckered him in. Enziguri knocks the two of them together. Double cross body. Rumble Crunch under the bottom ropes to the floor. McMassive in the corner. Running forearm. Reverses the Irish whip. Bravado up and over. Into the ropes. Ducks the clothesline. And hits one of his own. Cover. 2.5. As Blaster McMassive kicks out just in time. Double team down by the former Open the United Gate Tag Team Champs. Blocked by Rumble Crunch. Stereo suplexes by Devastation Corporation, and now they've isolated Harlem Bravado in the corner with Lancelot out on the floor. Places him up in the corner. Here comes Lancelot. Clothesline. Sends Rumble Crunch to the floor. Shot to the back on McMassive. What a double team out of the corner. Folded him in half. No. Half crab. McMassive in trouble here. Looking for Rumble Crunch. who saves today. Will he be sent in the ropes? And caught in the half crab himself. Lance Storm special. By Lancelot Bravado, who drops down. Rumble crunch to the outside. Big boot by Harlem drops him onto the floor. McMassive in the ring. Harlem on the apron. Senton to the floor. Single leg by Lancelot again, looking for the half crab, countered. Oh, brute strength there by McMassive, kicking Bravado to the floor. 3 men on the outside. McMassive getting ahead of steam and wipes out his partner. Bravado's in. McMassive stunned. This is the clothesline, eats the foot. And another. Caught. Gentleman's agreement. Cover. It's over. Big win by the Bravado brothers as they look to get back into the tag team title picture here on WWELive.com. This time the Evolve tag team titles in their sights. Fine debut by Devastation Corporation. As the Bravados hear it from this Maryland crowd.
The following contest is a special challenge match set for one fall.
As we get ready for our next matchup here in Joppa at Evolve 60, we remind you we are back tomorrow in New York City at La Boom for Evolve 61 here on WWELive.com. Special 6:30 start time tomorrow from La Boom. Cooler than the other side of the pillow, deep waters, Matt Riddle. And I expect this one to be a physical contest as well. As the premier athlete himself, Anthony Nese.
Weighing in at 200 pounds from Strong Island, New York.
Again, Anthony Nese still under contract to SoCal Val with California. As I mentioned during Caleb Conley's match, no longer able to team as a premier athlete brand with Caleb Conley ever again. That group still in, well, rather than flux, let's just flat out call it what it is, chaos.
Hey, D, ring the bell!
And we are underway here. Two great athletes set to square off. Anthony Neese back last time we saw him as part of the WWN Live Super Show, doing a little something that seemed out of character for him, as we've seen here out of him over the last year or so, showing respect for his opponent. All ego Ethan Page. After their Anything Goes match, a brutal fight that if you have not seen the WWN Live Super Show, I strongly urge you to check out the video on demand here. As Neese grabs hold of the hammerlock, Riddle tries to roll through. Side headlock takeover by Riddle. Riddle part of a four-way tie, if you've seen the latest top 5 rankings video on the WWN Live YouTube page. As he's got the arm again after a near fall. Had an unprecedented four-way tie for the last 3 spots, so there's actually 6 people in the top 5. As Riddle tied for those last 3 spots. Tough weekend for Anthony Neese in Dallas. As I mentioned, he lost the tag team title matchup at Evolve 58. Lost a hard-fought match with Sami Callihan at Evolve 59 before losing that match to All Ego Ethan Page at the WWN Live Super Show. Looking for the Kimura right there, though, is Matt Riddle. I was just about to talk about his weekend in Dallas, and his weekend here in Maryland was almost over before it started with a victory over Anthony Neese. As Neese grabbing that elbow. And we've seen time and time again from Matt Riddle, he is capable of tapping somebody out at any given moment. He asked Joanna Rose before as well, when talking about Timothy Thatcher, do you want me to tap him out or knock him out? Because he can do either. Knockout power in both hands as well as both feet. And a extremely skilled submission athlete as well. Went to a no contest. Controversial no contest at that in his Evolve title match with Timothy Thatcher at Evolve 58. Had what many people thought was the biggest win of his career over Zack Sabre Jr. at Evolve 59 as he buries the knees into the midsection of Tony Neese, who responds with some impact offense of his own. Hard kicks to the chest, reversal. Neese up and over out of the corner. Riddle charges, leapfrog by Neese. The pace has picked up. Evasion there by Neese. Boot to the gut. Kick to the chest. Sweeps the legs, Johnny. Cover. 1 count only by Neese as Riddle kicks out. Riddle then suffered the first clean loss of his WWN Live career at the Super Show, losing by tap out to catch point teammate Hot Sauce Tracy Williams. Same man he defeated to win the Style Battle Tournament in Orlando several months earlier. Neese takes the legs out. And Riddle to the outside. Fosbury fought to the floor by Neese. And I was about to comment, it'll be interesting to see how both of these men responded after their respective weekends ending in disappointment in Dallas. Riddle, especially after controversial finishes in both of his Evolve Championship matches with Tim Thatcher, both in New York and in Texas. And you have to see how he rebounds here. This is certainly a big test to see how Riddle responds to adversity. That's the first time he's had any here in Evolve competition. Cartwheel by Neese. Super kick blocked. Boot to the face. Well, if he was wearing boots, it would have been a boot. It was a foot to the face. Kicked him in the mouth.
12, 13.
And Riddle grabbing at his chest, still feeling the impact from those strikes from Neese, who breaks the count. And Riddle going to help him in. Suplex attempt. Second one blocked by Nice. Going to the rib cage. Looking to suplex Riddle to the floor. Both men still a great deal of strength, able to block. Drop down high kick by Riddle. Springboard knee strike sends Nice to the floor, and a kip up by Riddle, who looks to take a chance here. It's a rather measured chance, a calculated risk, if you will, and certainly paid off as he rattled Nice. Oh, what a shot to the back, right in the kidneys. May have caught the elbow of Nice as well. And again, pain etched on the face of Anthony Nice as Riddle with a waist lock. Les Artest lift into the suplex. And another launching the 200 pounds from Strong Island like a sack of garbage. Again, Nice continually trying to shake some feeling into that left elbow. You gotta wonder if perhaps a bullseye now starting to appear on that body part for Riddle. As Nice blocks that kick, ducks underneath, waist lock now, standing switch by Riddle. Nice lands on his feet. Double stomp, connects, cover. 2.5. And the southpaw from Strong Island continues to go on the attack. Stomp to the chest again. Just driving all the oxygen right out of the chest of Riddle. Look at the height on that leg drop, man. Nice is a physical freak. Another 2 count. Riddle digs down. Perspiration pouring off both these men. There's a physical exertion by both these athletes starting to show itself here. And it is in the high 40s, low 50s here right now. Brainbuster! A very cool, damp day into night here in the Baltimore region. 9 straight days of rain here. Not exactly the type of weather you'd expect to see two athletes perspiring at the level these two men are. And it's a testament to how hard they are competing here tonight for these fans in Maryland. Right hand. And I don't know if Nice wants to trade with Riddle. Guillotine blocked. Super kick connects. Clothesline by Riddle turns Nice inside out. Looking for the Kimura. He's got it locked here. Trying to dislocate the elbow of Anthony Nice. Nice escapes and uses that elbow, but not much on it. Overhead kick blocked, or rather avoided by Nice. Palm strike. Knee strike. Looking for the Kimura again. Can he get it? He's got the arm of Nice again, right in the middle of the ring. Submission predicament for Nice here. Oh, what power by Nice! Suplexes his